What's up, y'all? It's Ty. In this video today, we're going to be talking about the updated auction house in NBA 2K25 MyTEAM, where it's at, and if I were you guys, what I would be looking at doing right now, heading into some massive content drops. Now, how do we know what's coming? Well, we did see a leak a little while ago talking about, what was coming in content drops for the near future. And I've obviously, gone over, talked about that a couple of different times on my channel. So, go do that first and foremost. However, one thing I will say is right now in NBA 2K25 MyTEAM, the auction house is, especially for budget cards, crazy expensive. Like, there are not really any budget cards on this game right now. There's just not. The Cam Reddish is kind of a cheap option, and, there might be some other guys that are cheap. But, budget cards are no longer a thing. They're basically extinct. Type in that locker code, you get, a free pack to add to your collection. But it's a problem. And honestly, I don't think budget cards are going to be cheap for a very long time either. I think it is, those cards are going to stay relatively high for a while. However, I think the expensive cards are going to go down by quite a bit over the course of the next week or so. Now, let's talk about exactly why I believe that. Now, if you look at the price of some of these pink diamonds, some of them have already started to come down. Obviously, we know tomorrow we're getting a LeBron James. I think within the next week, we get Giannis Antetokounmpo, Dark Matter Michael Jordan's coming out for Christmas. We are going to see a lot of really good cards added to the game in the near future. With that being said, I think, as far as the auction house is concerned, it's tough. It's tough to figure out, is it today a good day to buy? Is today a good day to sell? I feel like everybody right now is kind of overreacting to what is coming in MyTEAM. Everybody, has kind of seen the leaks. Everybody knows what's coming. And so people are prepared for the for the Galaxy Opal LeBrons to come out. There's more of these LeBron Jameses being posted than ever before. And if you can find a LeBron James that you really like with some really souped up, legend badges, those type of things, it might be a solid day to buy LeBron James. However, I wouldn't overreact because, again, when Galaxy Opal LeBron comes out, a lot of people would rather have him than the pink diamond LeBron James. But as far as overall the auction house, as far as the expensive-ish cards, I think it's a solid day to buy these cards, especially if you can find some with some extra Hall of Famers, maybe some legend badges added to the card, like this Paolo Banchero, for example. I don't love the legend badges, but 38 Hall of Famers. That card can literally play till the end of the game. This Paolo Banchero, 3 legend badges. That Paolo can play forever. It's the same thing with LeBron. It's the same thing if you can find a way to get your hands on a Jaren Jackson Jr. that is really souped up. These are cards that are insanely good that are going to be able to play for a very, very long time. So if I'm you guys, and let's say you just have some MT on standby, that's what I'm really looking at. Like for me, my Jaren is just a base Jaren. If instead I can find a souped up Jaren, when this auction house is kind of in this middle ground right now, that is exactly what I'm looking at doing. So the same thing kind of for my Giannis Antetokounmpo. I do want to, in the next week, sell my Giannis, but at the same time, it's like, do I want to sell my Giannis? My Giannis is so souped up. He's got 26 Hall of Fame badges. So honestly, maybe I just hold on to my Giannis. It's such a difficult thing. Plus, we don't know for Christmas, is 2K going to drop, more of those badge packs? If they do, that's going to change the whole game, guys, and how badges are perceived. Because right now, if it was just the Thanksgiving event, well, guess what, guys? Then your badged up cards are that much more valuable. Whereas if it's not just the Thanksgiving event, then, if they do it for Christmas, those Hall of Famers, those legend badges lose quite a bit of value. So it is kind of a tough situation. Is it a good time to buy? Is it a good time to sell? I don't necessarily know. If I'm you guys right now, I think today is a buyer's market. I do. Overall, still think in NBA 2K25 MyTEAM, it's a buyer's market. But one thing I will say is this. As far as some of your better budget cards in the game, they're insanely expensive. Paul George is 20,000 coins. Darius Miles is 30,000 coins. The auction house has just went crazy with some of your best budget cards in the entire game. And so this is the other side of things that nobody really talks about is the budget cards are basically non-existent right now in this game. PJ Brown, if for 60,000 coins, is one of your better value cards in the entire game, because all of the Ammies, all of the Rubies, all of these cards are just so insanely expensive. It's honestly ridiculous. Not that many people are talking about it, but I'm telling you, it is absolutely ridiculous, some of the prices of these cards in the game. And again, I feel like not that many people are talking about it. As far as Pink Diamonds, as far as Galaxy Opals, a lot of these cards have lost some of their value that they once had, which is a massive W, because again, the auction house does not need to be insanely expensive. So the auction house, again, it's in a weird position. It's in just such a weird position that it's honestly tough for me to even talk about. However, I think at the core of it, I sold my Pink Diamond Brown a couple of days ago. How I would approach it is take advantage of your opportunities, okay? When LeBron comes out, Pink Diamond LeBrons are going to be fire sold. Maybe tonight, maybe tomorrow morning. Take advantage of buying Pink Diamond Bron. When Galaxy Opal Giannis comes out, boom, take advantage of buying the Pink Diamond Giannis. When Dark Matter Michael Jordan comes out, feel like the auction house and the Opals are going to crash down. Pink Diamonds are going to crash down. Take advantage of the auction house. Stay tuned to see exactly what we get for like a Christmas event, maybe Christmas packs. As far as the 12 days of giving, they've been horrible. I mean, today, a locker code. I got an emerald out of it. You know, the 12 days of giving can't get much worse than they have been. And so if I'm you guys, that's the way I would approach the auction house. If you do have things that can be sold, even like this gold card here, I would try to sell it. Stack up on as much MT as you can heading into, you know, the holiday, the Christmas season. And you never know, maybe on the 11th, maybe on the 12th day of the season of giving, 2K will finally give us something that can help our accounts out. Obviously, right now, so far, we haven't seen anything that is worth our time. But sell your gold cards, sell your badges, do these things to help your account out moving forward. I mean, even myself, I've started emptying out some of my badges, and guess what? Over the course of a little bit of time, I've started to see my MT start rising just a little bit. It hasn't went, you know, crazy, but it has started to rise up slowly over the course of the past couple of days. So that is another thing that, again, I would recommend to you guys. You guys are going to see me sell these things for like 550 coins, not even 1,000, 550 coins, and might think I'm crazy. But at the end of the day, these small amounts of MT can rack up in a big time way and really help you guys out down the road. So that is just another small piece of advice that I do have for you guys heading into, you know, the holiday season. I've invested a little bit in Cam Reddish, a little bit in Michael Ray Richardson, just for the sole fact of these cards have went way up in price. Even Marquise Daniels, I love the card, but his prices just went way up. It's just crazy the amount of MT that a lot of these cards in the auction house are now going for. Again, I would be pretty aggressive when it comes down to buying some specific cards. Like, so for me today, I'm just going to give you a couple of guys I'm looking at. Number one, Devin Booker. He's too expensive, but if you can get a guy like this Devin Booker, he's going to be the best point guard in the game for a couple of more months. This Drew Holiday is really who I got my eye on. I like Drew Holiday a lot. He fits my playstyle. And guess what? At the end of the day, if I can find a way to get this Drew Holiday for, let's say, 400,000 coins, I mean, with 31 Hall of Famers in a legend badge, he's a massive W. Now, again, this is all going back to the whole point of we do not know what December is going to look like. Like, we do not know, I guess, what Christmas is going to look like. We don't know how many Hall of Fame badges are going to be available, how many legend badges are available. We really don't know. All we know is that for the rest of this season, 21 days left, these rewards stink. That's what we know right now. These rewards stink. And as far as like the hidden gems, I bet MJ for Christmas is the only dark matter we get during season 3. That's what I know, because there's still so many opals, still so many pink diamonds to be released yet this season. So that's what we know. Again, I'm not super high on where we're at in the game right now. I think today is a perfect day to take advantage of where the auction house is at. Now, I'm about to leave my console for a second as I go do something else. So I just kind of want to test the waters for this Drew Holiday. I'll bid 403 on him. If I get him, awesome. If I don't get him, guess what? That's okay too. But if I find a way to get this Drew Holiday, and again, I don't even know where he fits in my squad right now, but with, you know, a basically perfect card, you've just got to take that card and run with it. Again, and that's something that I would recommend you guys. If you can find really souped up cards, I would try to take advantage of it today. There's a ton of Kristaps ending here in a short amount of time. Could maybe take advantage of that as well. Like, I don't know exactly what I'm going to be able to get this Kristaps for. However, I think it is a great day to get him, knowing, you know, he is one of the best centers in the entire game. And again, I don't know exactly what price, you know, I want to really get him for, but there's so many ending, you know, within a couple of seconds of each other that maybe I'll just be able to snag one of these for cheaper than I deserve. So just kind of something to think about for you guys. Again, I don't know what price this Kristaps is even going to end up being, but I'm thinking maybe, just maybe, I'll be able to snag one for cheaper than hopefully he normally goes for. So that's just kind of another piece of advice for you guys. If you see a bunch of cards ending in a short amount of time, maybe just place a bid on them. Again, these cards all ended up being just slightly more expensive, and so it is what it is. I'm not going to snag a KP for cheap, but at the end of the day, it is okay. Hopefully I end up getting this Drew Holiday. Hopefully some of my other cards sell. You guys can see, buying a bunch of cards because I like where the market's at right now. And I think people are kind of preparing too much for the market to crash. For example, if I find a Bron that I really like, so for example, if this LeBron James with high, you know, legend, I don't absolutely love that Bron. I'm trying to find a Bron with legend on ball menace. For example, this LeBron James, Hall of Fame legend immovable, box out beast, mini marksman, on ball menace, unpluggable deadeye. If this LeBron James went for, let's say, like 900K today, I'd hop on it. Boom. Instantly hop on that LeBron James. So those are the types of things that I'm looking for today. People panic selling their LeBron James, some other cards, and I can take advantage of it. That's really where I'm at. I'm going to be aggressive with where the market's at right now, picking up some good cards to add to my specific squad. Let me know where you guys are at with the market. Do you guys think it's a good opportunity to help build your squad? For me, I think it's a buy opportunity for the expensive cards. Now, for budget cards, it's not a buy opportunity whatsoever. You know, for the budget cards, yes, David West, some other cards are okay. But if you look at like the Rui Hachimuras, the Chris Pauls, the DeJounte Murrays, those cards are insanely expensive in this game right now. Drop a like on the video, guys. Subscribe if you're new, and as always, man, I love you guys. Have a blessed day.